Okay, class, good day. So I'm going to continue discussing the other topics under chapter 3. And this topic is all about alcoholism. Okay? Alam natin kung ano ang alcoholism. Of course, yung pag-iinom ng alak, ng alcohol, and then yung paglalasing sa pamagitan ng pag-inom ng alak. Yun po yung alcoholism. Okay? So, ano nga ba yung alcoholism? So, okay. So, may kunting ano tayo dito. May kunting history lang or overview about alcoholism. Okay. So, the practice of alcoholism consumption as stimulants, dates back to the earliest time of human civilization. Okay. So, the use of wine is recorded as before the time of Hammurabi, 2380 before Christ. Okay, so in the Philippines, the use of alcohol traced to be earlier than the rediscovery of the islands of the Spaniards. So meaning to say, paggamit ng wine was ever recorded before nung time pa ng Hammurabi before Christ, okay? Pero dito sa bansa natin sa Pilipinas, ang paggamit ng alcohol natuntun po earlier, okay, nung unang panahon nung 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 during sa panahon na pagsakop ng mga Spanish o mga Espanya sa ating lungsod. Okay? So very few are aware of the fact that alcohol is a drug which has injurious effects to the physical health and well-being. So ilan-ilan lang sa atin or mostly sa mga may mga idea or sa may mga alam, mostly sa mga medical experts or nasa medical fields, yun lang po yung mga taong may alam na ang alcohol pala ay isang droga. Okay? Na maaaring magdulot ng masama sa ating katawan at sa ating kalusugan. Okay? So, the definition of alcoholism. So, we consider that alcoholism, it is colorless, of course, transparent, volatile, liquid with aromatic odor and boiling point at 78 degrees Celsius. Okay? So the word alcohol is referring to ethyl alcohol. Remember guys, the word alcohol is referring to ethyl alcohol. Yun po yung ginagamit natin sa ating mga alcohol. Okay? Sa kamay, disinfectant. Yun po yung pangalan ng alcohol. Okay? Used as a part of a beverage. So it is a form out of the fermentations of carbohydrates in grains and fruits. Sa distillation po, ginagamitan po yan ng ganito. Carbohydrates in grains and fruits. Okay? Para ma-preserve yung ano niya, yung lasa, yung flavor, yung ano ng alcohol. Okay? So it is also measured in units which are comparable to 10 grams contained in 100 cc of beer or wine. Remember, okay? Ang paggawa ng alcohol or alak, of course, during the process of distillation, mini-measure din yan. Okay? So we have these other terms of definition. Number one, we have drunkard. Okay? Anong ibig sabihin ng drunkard? Paglalasing. Okay? Paglalasing o pag-inom ng alak ng marami na parang napalagian natin na inumin, na mag-inom tayo ng alak. Okay? Parang habit na natin na mag-inom ng alak tuwing gabi or tuwing weekends or every time na meron tayong i-celebrate or okasyon na magse-celebrate tayo. Okay? Hindi yan mawawala. So drunkard yung tawag natin sa tao na drunkard refers to a person who habitually takes or use an intoxicating beverage containing alcohol and while under its influence or in consequence of the effects thereof is either dangerous to himself or to others. Yun po yung tawag natin sa tao na yan. Drunkard. Lasinggero. Di ba? Pero, pag chronic alcoholism naman class, ito po yung tawag natin sa tao na meron na po talaga siyang kondisyon na parang hinahanap niya na talaga yung alcohol sa kanyang katawan. Hindi po siya mabubuhay or hindi po siya makatulog pag parang hindi he can't live or she can't live her or his life without alcohol every day. Okay? Yun po yung tinatawag na chronic alcoholism. Chronic alcoholism is a condition where a person who, from prolonged and excessive consumption of alcohol beverages, develops physical and physiological changes and dependence to alcohol. Yun yung sabi ko kanina, yung parang dumedepende na sila sa alcohol. Parang hindi sila mabuhay araw-araw kung hindi sila makakainom ng alcohol. And then sa mga alcoholic person, hindi po sila basta-basta natin ipapaiwan yung kanilang habit o kanilang bisyo na sa pag-iinom kasi meron siyang side effects sa kanilang katawan. Okay? Mas lalo silang nanghihina or mas lalo silang nagkakasakit. Okay? Pero ito yung tawag natin sa taong meron nito. Condition po ito ng isang tao na parang dumidepende na siya sa alcohol. Okay? Chronic alcoholism. Next is distillation. So as you can see here in the picture, distillation, it is a method used to increase the concentration of alcohol since normal fermentation stops at around 12% to 14% by volume. So in distilled liquors class, alcohol is measured in terms of proofs, which is estimated to be twice the percentage of alcohol by volume. Dito po sa distillation process, ito po yung method or itong stage or process kung saan dito po ginagawa yung pagpa-preserve, pagpa-process o paggagawa o during sa paggawa ng alcohol or even sa mga wine, beer, distillation process yan or stage or method ang ginagamit dyan. Okay? And here, so we have this kind of degree in intoxication. So, meron tayong tinatawag na degree of intoxication. So, kumbaga, kung sa iba, meron tayong phases or stages, manner, dito meron tayong tinatawag na degree of intoxication. Meaning to say, may stages din siya or may manner din siya sa pagtatawag natin o level sa tatawag natin na sa pag-consume ng alcohol ng isang tao. Okay? So, tinatawag natin una-una slight inebriation. So, from this degree, so 10 to 100 milligram percent of alcohol. So, ano ba yung slight inebriation? So, ang ibig sabihin ng slight inebriation, ito yung mga taong uminom ng alak kung saan kung medyo na merong ano na sila, syempre natamaan na sila konti ng alak. So, meron na silang makikita na natin sa kanilang mukha or there's a physiological appearance sa kanilang katawan. Okay? Yung flashing ng kanilang mukha o minsan exaggerated mood, iba-iba na yung mood. Parang kanina okay pa siya pero biglang hindi mo na siya maintindihan, hindi mo na siya masukat. Okay? But this person is able to control his behavior. So parang tahimik pa lang siya or nanahimik sa isang lugar o sa isang corner. Parang hindi pa siya masyado natamaan ng alcohol. Meron na siya, nakainom na siya, pero hindi pa masyado na lasing. Okay? Yun po yung tinatawag natin. So from the degree, so we can say that if the person has this first degree, meaning to say that person just intake 10 to 100 milligram or percent of alcohol during intoxication. Okay? From 10 milligram percentage, pleasant. Okay? Clearing of the head, meaning to say, hindi pa siya, normal pa siya. Okay? 20 milligram or percentage, feeling of cruel, well-being, or reddening of the face, yung tinatawag natin na namumula na yung pisngi niya. And then, pero wala namang sign of mental impairment, but there is loss of self-control, making the user talkative and increasing confidence. Parang feeling mo pag hindi ka nakainom, parang bait-bait mo, pero hindi ka masyado alam mo na, makapagkwento, makapag-usap. Pero nung uminom ka na, and then siguro nasa 20 milligram na yung ininom mo na alcohol. So, meron tayong tinatawag dito na yung tao ay nag-change, okay? Nag-change ng physical appearance or ng mood. Um, Nagiging ano na siya, madaldal na siya, okay? And then parang feeling mo parang ano siya kupal. Yung parang alam mo yung boastful na siya, parang ang yabang, okay? Yung mayabang na siya. Then, masasabi natin yung tao from 100 milligram yung ininom niya na alcohol. So, this individual is intoxicating and under the influence of alcohol. But still, there is a mental or confusion, incompetence, drowsiness, decreases inhibition. Parang hindi na siya nahihiya. Okay? There's parang tawag nito, dizziness, okay, sa kanyang ulo. Parang feeling niya na ano na siya, na tawag nito na sa atin. Dizziness, sakit ng ulo, confusion na sa kanyang kaisipan, okay? So, moderate ano naman. Okay, so ano ang causes of slight inebriation? So, yun nga, yung kanina sa alcohol intoxication, maaari siyang magkaroon ng meningitis, traumatic brain injury, or depende po sa diagnosis ng physician. Okay? Pag tinatawag natin moderate inebriation, ito po yung taong nakainom na ito ng 150 milligram up to 200 milligram of alcohol intake. Okay? Meron na po siyang difficulty in articulations, argumentations, and overconfident and loss of muscle coordination. Tinatawag natin na nakainom na siya at may tama na siya. Okay? May tama na siya. Meaning to say, mahilig na siya medyo nahirapan na siya magkwento, mag-pronounce ng tamang words. And then minsan mahilig na siya makipag-argue sa kanyang friends or sa kanyang kainuman. And then meron natin tawag nito na parang ang sobrang yabang niya na ako magsalita. Okay? And then hindi niya namamalayan, lumalakas na yung boses niya, and then parang wala na siyang pakialam sa kanyang paligid. Yun po. Okay? Tinatawag natin na drunk, meaning to say lasing. Okay? That person has 200 milligram has taken 200 milligram up to 300 milligram of alcohol. Okay, meaning to say, it has a confused state of mind, movement uncontrolled, loss of muscle coordination, diminished pain senses, and marked disturbance in vision. So sa mga lasing na tao, yung natamaan na talaga ng alcohol, ito natin lasing na talaga, yung parang walang sa pakialam kung ano yung sa paligid nila, anong ginagawa nila, kung ano yung pinagsasabi nila. And then, nawawala na yung ano nila, yung senses nila sa kanilang katawan, na parang hindi sila nasasaktan. And then, na merong tawag nito na impairment of disturbance in vision. Parang yung dumidilim na yung kanilang paningin. Okay? Yun po. Pag sa 400 milligram percent na po yung alcohol intake ng isang tao, so meron na po tayong tinatawag dito na anesthetic level coma, complete unconsciousness, and then suddenly death. Okay? Death may occur kung nasobrahan na siya ng alcohol. Okay? Meron din, hindi naman siya namatay, pero meron lang tawag na ito na parang hindi niya alam kung anong nangyari nung uminom siya. Okay? O anong nangyari nung gabing uminom siya, o lumabas siya, or anong pinagagawa niya. Okay? Yun po yung ang mga taong nakainom ng 400 milligrams of alcohol. Okay? Next is, ito po yung mga evidences of how we could evaluate someone or that person drunk or not. Okay? So, we have 6 evidences of drunkenness. Number 1, clothing is usually untidy. stained with smell of alcohol. Okay? Red face, bloodshot eyes, groggy stance, and coordination is poor. Number three, breath is accompanied by varying degrees of alcohol odor. So yung sabi nyo na amoy alak na siya, di ba? Then number four, speech is incoherent, sarcastic with hostile tone. Yung alam yung nagsasalita na parang mayabang siya, yung parang hindi niya alam kung sino yung kinakausap niya, kung hindi niya alam, hindi wala siyang pakialam ko nung lumalabas sa bibig niya. Parang mayabang siya, okay? Ang ano niya, ang yabang niya, tapos ang lakas ng boses niya, parang parang siya yung ano, pinakamatapang, okay? Sa lugar na 'yon. Okay? Then eyes are characterized with dilated pupils, reddened and glossy appearance. Okay? So mentality is absent with lack of orientation, clarity of thought, little self-control, euphoria or hallucination, excitement, and depression. Okay? So sa mga tao na lasing, dito natin malalaman ang katotohanan. Okay? Kasi parang hindi sila nahihiya, may confidence sila to tell or to say everything. Okay? At magsabi kung ano yung gusto nila sabihin. Lalo pag masama yung loob nila. Usually, we people, pag meron tayong sama ng loob or we are feel depressed or anxiety, meron anxious or anxiety tayo or frustrated, so usually umiinom tayo ng alcohol para malagdagan yung confidence natin na ilabas yung sama natin ng loob. Okay? And then, depende sa tao kung iiyak siya or mag-ano siya, magugulo siya or something, anong gagawin niya doon. Okay? Yun po yung mga evidences of drunkenness. Okay? Next, ito naman po yung ginagamit natin to test for alcoholic person. Okay? Kasi yung tinatawag natin na uh, usually sa mga friends or ano natin, yung mga peers or acquaintances, tinetest natin yung kasamahan natin. Minsan, hindi natin sinaseryoso pero hindi natin sinaseryoso na yun, ito po yung kadalasan na ginagawa natin kung yung isa sa kasamahan natin ay lasing na talaga. Okay? So, blood alcohol determination, ito po yung pinaka-reliable index of alcohol content of one's body. So, 5 cc of blood is sufficient for alcohol determination. Okay? Kung sa mga drug test, alcohol, yan, drug test. Diyan din natin makikita kung uminom siya ng alcohol or lasing siya, okay? So if there is a 0.05% less by weight of alcohol in a person's blood, so it is presumed that the subject is not under the influence of intoxicating liquor. Remember guys, during the blood alcohol determination test, pag lumabas doon sa result ay 0.05% less than the weight of alcohol, meaning to say hindi natin siya makitaan ng ano doon na he or she is under in the influence of intoxicating liquor. Okay? But if there is 0.16% or more by weight of alcohol, then the subject is declared as under the influence of alcohol. So meaning to say, after the blood alcohol determination test, then the result will come out, and then the result would be 0.16%. Then that subject or that person is declared as under the influence of alcohol. Okay? Yun po yung test for alcohol, for alcoholic person. But what else? What are the other tests to determine drunkenness? Okay? So in this subject, we have actually 4 physical tests to determine drunkenness. Aside from those evidences that we could consider for that we consider the person drunk or not, then we have this physical test to determine whether that person is drunk or not. Okay, number one, so the subjected is direct to stand straight, heels together, and closed eyes for 1 minute. So if the subject is not drunk, he will not sway to the front or side. Meaning to say, kung i-physical test natin yung isang tao para malaman natin kung under the influence ng intoxicating liquor, so ipapatayuin natin yung subject or that person. Okay? Straight. Heels together and papikit natin yung mata niya for 1 minute. Okay? Kung ang subject o yung tao na yan na hindi lasing, meaning to say hindi siya magsisway o mag-fall down sa kanyang parang ganit sa kanyang sa kanyang harapan or sa kanyang side, parang tawag dito, parang nagsisisiso. Okay? Yun. Sway. Number two, then permit the subject to stand with one foot ahead of the other so the toes of one foot touch the heel of the other. So if the subject will sway sideways and fall. Meaning to say, hayaan natin yung tao na yan na magtumayo sa kanyang isang paa, and then sa kanyang paa, okay? Doon sa the his or her toes would touch the heel of the other of the his or her other foot, okay? Kung ang subject na yan will sway sideways and fall, meaning to say that person or subject is drunk. Okay? Number three, hayaan natin yung subject na mag-bend down and pick up a small object from the floor. If he stumbles, it may be an indication of drunkenness. Okay? Hayaan natin ang person na yan or subject na yumuko, and then ipapakuha natin yung isang bagay from the floor. And then, kung yung tao na yan ay syempre mag-stumbles or, mag-collapse, then that's an indication na yung tao na yan is under the influence of intoxicating liquor. Okay? Number four, and the last physical test to determine drunkenness is to let the subject pronounce distinctly the word trolley rural. And note, slurring of speech when drunk. Okay? Remember guys, number four physical test, usually pag lasing yung tao or under the influence of intoxicating liquor, kahit nga tayo naka-experience niyan eh, 'di ba? Yung alam na yung pakiramdam natin na parang feeling natin hindi pa tayo lasing. Pero from the moment na nagsalita tayo or nagsabi tayo ng isang bagay o isang word na medyo mahirap siya isabi o i-pronounce, then may tinatawag tayo dito na slurring of speech when drunk. Meaning to say, parang namimitla ka, parang namimihit ka, parang hindi mo siya masabi ng diretso at klaro. Okay? So that is also an indication that person is under the influence of intoxicating liquor, or shall we say drunk. Okay? Why these physical tests are very significant and important to our investigation in this subject matter. Because from this moment, if we already know this, we could clearly identify a person if that person committed a crime under the influence with the influence of alcohol or not, okay, or intoxicating liquor or not, okay. Kasama po ito sa scientific method of forensic investigations kung bakit kailangan natin ito malaman. Okay? Or else, ang other, important consideration kung bakit kailangan natin ito i-tackle or malaman yung mga taong namatay under the influence of alcohol. Okay? Kasi too much intake of alcohol or 400 milligram above, may tatawag dito na complete unconsciousness. Okay? Meaning to say na mayroon tayong anesthetic level of coma. Then, hindi natin namalayan, inatake na pala siya sa kanyang heart or sa kanyang mga fatal organs sa katawan, which lead to his or her death. Yun po. Okay? So, that's it for our topic for this time. And next next video instructional class will be the chapter 4. Okay, so thank you so much.